Saya mulai. Baik, saudara-saudara sekalian, teman-teman dari media, hari ini saya dapat kehormatan menerima Wakil Perdana Menteri Richard Marles, Member of Parliament. Beliau juga Menteri Pertahanan. Kemudian kita melaksanakan diskusi tentang hubungan pertahanan bilateral, kerjasama yang sangat baik, berada dalam kondisi yang sangat erat. Kita bicara kemungkinan-kemungkinan untuk meningkatkan hubungan ini, dan kita merencanakan dalam waktu yang tidak lama untuk tanda tangan perjanjian kerjasama pertahanan dengan Australia yang kemungkinan besar kita harapkan bisa selesai dan ditandatangani 2-3 bulan lagi. Saya kira itu dari saya. Your Excellency, I would like to thank you for your visit from Australia. I mentioned that our bilateral relations are now very good, and we hope to enhance and improve the level of cooperation. And I also mentioned that we hope to finalize and sign the defense cooperation agreement between Indonesia and Australia within perhaps the next 2-3 months. I think that's the essence, and then we look forward to continued Australia.
Well, thank you, Pak Prabowo. Thank you for hosting me and my delegation today, and it is an honour to be here again in Jakarta to meet with my good friend Pak Prabowo. This is the third visit within the last 10 months to Indonesia, and that's as it should be, because our two countries are neighbours and close friends. We have a shared destiny, which is very clear. And it's really in that spirit that Pak Prabowo and I have built our personal relationship. The Indonesian President that has taken further steps forward today, and we are hopeful of being in a position to sign that agreement within the next few months. And that will be the single deepest, most significant defence cooperation agreement between our two countries in our history, in our shared history. It will be a very significant moment in the bilateral relationship. Can I also say, at a personal level, it's been a joy for me to be able to see you in person and to congratulate you on your election to being the next president of Indonesia. It is something that has been watched very closely in Australia, and it's a real joy for me to be able to congratulate you in person. So thank you very much for having us, and we very much look forward to seeing you again in the not too distant future.
Thank you very much. I don't think there's any need for questions. Questions?
Well, let me deal with thank you for the question. Let me deal with the second issue first. Australia utterly recognises the territorial sovereignty of Indonesia. Full stop. And I want to be very clear about that. In respect of Australia's defence spending, our strategic posture, what we are doing in relation to our surface fleet, which we announced during the course of this week. We've been very keen to work closely with Indonesia to brief Indonesia on what our strategic intent is. And the answer to that is that we can play our part in the region in which both Indonesia and Australia. That is our strategic intent. Our strategic intent is to provide strategic balance within our region and therefore peace. And it is about building the collective security of our region. Come back to what I said before. It is obvious for anyone who looks at the map that Australia and Indonesia have a shared destiny. And we have a shared collective security. And that is the basis upon which we are moving forward with our own defence planning. And we are working really closely with our friends in Indonesia around exactly what our intent is and how we are developing that. Well, perhaps if I go first. I won't go into the details of the conversation we had, but yes, we spoke about these matters, and I think at the heart of the conversation that we had was that issues of people smuggling, people trafficking, this is a shared challenge for both of our countries, and that we need to be working cooperatively, which we are. Ourselves, but in between our two countries, which we are very grateful for, and we see this as a shared challenge that we're working on together.
Yes, I would like to make some comments. I don't think there will be too many surprises, but one thing is certain, as the Deputy Prime Minister of Australia mentioned, we are close neighbours. We are destined to be close neighbours, and we are determined to be good neighbours. And we have very good relationship. Historically, there are ups and downs, but we consider Australia a good friend who is always, in many critical instances, have sided with Indonesia. And we are determined to maintain and enhance this relationship. So I don't think there will be any surprises, but we are determined to foster this good relationship in many fields: education, economic, cultural, military. So yeah, there will be many dimensions, but I think education is one of the fields that we discussed quite a lot. As you know, one of our main focus is to provide education to our people, and we see Australia as a very good partner in this. I think there are several Australian universities that are opening campuses in Indonesia. I think 2 or 3 have already made serious progress. So there are a lot of fields that we see could be significant progress. I think that's my answer. Yeah. So no real surprises. Just we need the best of relationship with all our neighbors, and that's our focus now is to maintain the best of relations. We have already achieved that. All this friendship between all our direct neighbors, and especially with Australia, we value that very much. Thank you. Good. Terima kasih. Sensor.